Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of Beyond Sports Podcast, where we BS about the sports. The sports. Odell to the Ravens, boys.
What? For some good money?
Hey,
Not some bad money. 15 guaranteed.
it's like he said. It's like he said he wasn't asking for 20.
Could get 18.
Yeah,
15 guaranteed, right?
15, and he could get up to 18.
He never said he was asking for 20.
I mean, he didn't. And he didn't even, like, look, hey. Okay,
good for him. I'm happy for him.
Good for Odell. Like, he got his ring, so now he can go get another bag before he retires, right? Like, he doesn't need to ring chase. Got it.
Yeah.
Now I can go see who's the highest bidder. Baltimore, that makes sense. You desperate for wide receivers.
When you're trying to
It's
keep
a lot of money to
quarterback.
make sure you got second place locked up in the North.
Well, that's probably a playoff spot too. So,
Oh.
you know,
I mean, that's going to be a competitive
good
division.
Yeah, that's a good second to be in.
So, I mean, that's
Okay.
that move might not even guarantee him second.
It certainly helps that fucking offense. Like, Jesus Christ, that offense needed some sort of vertical threat, like any sort of like down the field presence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now they got it. And now it also, you're like, all right, look, Lamar, like they got you a guy now. Maybe you
Who's
can
gonna
like,
throw it?
Yeah, I don't think Odell signs there with the thought of catching passes from Tyler Huntley. That's just my thought. I could be wrong.
Yeah, like
Tyler
I think
Huntley was a Pro Bowl quarterback.
I don't know, because again, like for Odell, it's not about necessarily winning. It's about who the highest bidder is. Because again, you got your ring. Now he wants to get a bag, so it could be about who was the highest bidder.
And this is also a great showcase for how good you are. I mean, if you can help the Ravens pass catchers,
Mm-hmm.
I still think they should probably look into bringing back like a DeMarcus Robinson.
I'm sure they'll have somebody like that.
You want to have a depth guy like DeMarcus because like
a veteran.
He's kind of the opposite of Odell. Odell's missed a lot of time in his career. DeMarcus has never missed a game.
Sure.
And the Ravens should definitely look for a guy that you can count on week in, week out, especially Rashad Bateman.
Maybe draft a guy, you know?
And they tried. They did what? 2021. They drafted Rashad Bateman in the first round.
And he's okay. He's not
he's okay. He's just hurt all the time.
Yeah, well, try again. Maybe you need to try better with your training staff on that, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I'm saying like a DeMarcus Robinson does possess value to an organization such as the Ravens.
Because he can stay healthy. The best ability is availability. All right.
I mean, the Chargers are looking at DeMarcus Robinson for that reason alone.
Yeah.
I mean, I was healthy all 17 games last year.
Well.
Yeah, but you didn't put up, like
you can't.
800 yards.
Availability is the best ability.
Well,
Well, you're not available in the NFL pool.
You do still have to have other abilities. Like, it can't be the only ability.
Yeah.
The tragedy with DeMarcus Robinson.
Well,
no, he's not a perfect player. I'm just saying, like, for a depth receiver.
For what he was with us, he played his role very well, and I appreciated him.
That dude's never going to be more than a fourth stringer.
Sure, I mean,
he was number one receiver last year.
Well, but
hey,
on a team of third and fourth stringers,
yeah, it's kind of circumstance there.
I get it.
Okay. All right. So yeah, Odell. All right, we can
we can talk about real teams.
Interesting wide receiver still out there. Yeah, another wide receiver, right?
Chiefs signing Richie James.
So that's
another Giants receiver.
Yeah,
I know.
Worked out well for us last time.
Yeah.
The Chiefs are like that meme where the dude is looking at the chick, who fucking
yeah.
shows on that, and like the chick that just walked by is underutilized Giants wide receivers, and like the rest of the wide receiver free agents, and D Hop are the chick who's or his girlfriend. He's like,
I think he's gonna be a big loss for the Giants. Them
underutilized
they
Giants
actually utilized this guy.
a little, yeah, starting last year a little when they needed to, like.
Well, that was the only year he was on the team. He was only on their team last year.
Oh, was it?
He was a 49er, member of the 49ers. The
49ers, okay, that's where he was.
Yeah, the Giants,
because they didn't use him at all, really.
Yeah, I mean, and with the 49ers,
but here's a guy who's never actually had an NFL quarterback throw to him.
True.
Well,
this is gonna be the best quarterback that's ever thrown the football.
Yeah.
I like.
That's true. That's true. And yeah, he like when
win.
when no other Giants wide receiver wanted to do anything last year, and they traded away their best one, like this dude stepped up.
Yeah, 57 receptions, 569 yards.
And if they don't want to keep
4 touchdowns
that stood up, I will take them. All right.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna see that 10-yard average become like a
12 touchdowns.
4 last year.
He had 1/3 of Daniel Jones' touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, you look at this guy and you put him into a Mahomes situation where Mahomes is going to throw you open. Your 10-yard average probably becomes a 12-yard average.
Yeah, I hope he can become the JuJu role, and give you a nice possession receiver.
You can probably see an uptick from 4 to 6 to 8 touchdowns in that range. I like it. I like the signing.
I do too. I mean, I don't know.
I want to see Nagy make it weird.
Yeah, we got some.
I would still like us.
Yeah,
I still wouldn't hate if we got another wide receiver, but maybe we don't have to do as much. It just seems like, man, Beach was like, did you see what Mahomes did with that crop of wide receivers last year? Let's see if he can do with like even less. You know what I mean? Like
without like a guy like JuJu.
Yeah, like here's a JuJu light, but he could be better than JuJu. We don't know, but so far he's JuJu light.
Could be signaling a lot of confidence in Sky Moore and Justin Ross.
I hope so.
For that, I like Justin Ross.
Try not to get excited about Justin Ross, but it's hard not to.
No, the preseason Justin Ross hype train is.
Full steam ahead, baby.
I am full steam with you, Sneaky. Full steam ahead, buddy, because we may not get the regular season based on
he's down there in Texas with Pat right now.
Hey, man.
While Joe Burrow's sitting ringside at UFC.
Pat's got all his guys down there in Texas working them out, man.
Oh, you gotta love it.
Oh, you love to see it.
I expect that kid to make the roster and have some plays. I'm not gonna overhype myself up and think that this dude's gonna come out and be the number 1 receiver. I'm gonna say he's gonna come out and produce.
Gotta stay healthy.
Yeah, I believe.
I hope so.
You gotta hope for him.
Another QB that they said was working out with some A-Rod was working out with Lazard, maybe.
Yeah.
Trey Lance
he was working out with Lazard and wearing Jets cleats.
Yeah, wearing the Jets cleats. Wait, who was Lazard wearing the Jets cleats, or
no? Aaron Rodgers was.
Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, the Jets GM Joe Douglas said he's like, the deal's gonna get done. Like Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, they said they're just trying to figure out like the compensate, like the picks, and basically,
basically
if the picks are gonna turn out, if they're gonna get a comp, like, or what is it?
They're waiting for comp picks.
Not comp picks. I don't know. I can't think of the goddamn word. Where it could be, a 2 could turn, or a 3 could turn into a 2 if, say, the Jets make the playoffs.
Okay.
I'll think about the word later tonight.
I got what you're saying. A conditional.
Conditional picks. Yes, that's what they're trying to figure out.
Like what the Eagles did with the
conditional is better.
Yeah, so it's like, hey, we're gonna give you this, 2 and a 3 that could become another 2 if we make the playoffs or win a playoff game, or even like we'll throw in another 4.
It's probably just going to be contingent on if Aaron comes back.
Yeah, that could be 2 if Aaron plays more than one season.
And you know what? No matter how that pick turns out, it'll never work out better than when Howie Roseman did it to the Colts with Carson Wentz.
Oh, dude, what a
If Carson Wentz plays this many snaps, a second becomes a first. And he played that many snaps. And those snaps did not help the Colts.
No. Man, talk about a fleecing.
Dude, that was
Straight up fleecing. Felt like y'all fleeced the Titans last year too.
Hey, they fleeced themselves.
Kind of did.
And that's why dude got fired midseason.
No, I meant, do you want to the women's March Madness, championship?
Like everybody wants to get all up in arms about her doing the.
Dude, I know, right?
I'm like,
people are so mad at Angel Reese for doing that shit to a girl
the
who
exact
literally,
same thing.
to a girl who like is known for taunting and doing that shit like every fucking game.
And then like when people
I'm like,
bring
oh,
up
now
the
you guys
race-
want to pretend like you care about women's sports,
right?
Yeah.
And then when people bring it up, they're
it's
like,
now you want to care like you care about sportsmanship, or like you were praising fucking Caitlyn on Iowa's team.
Well, Angel ran across the whole court to do it.
Yeah, because that girl had been doing it all tournament long. Like, she wouldn't have gone and found that one girl. Like, she wouldn't have just gone to Caitlyn had not been like, a thing that Caitlyn had done the entire tournament.
The whole thing was just America's obsession with race. It was the all-black team against the all-white team.
Dude, I know, right? And
the black girl falling to the white girl. It's all coded racism.
And none of it was surprising. Yeah, like the reactions and come on. Anyways, I like how she handled the situation though. Good for Angel. She was great.
She was.
And but that wasn't our topic that we are gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about Tyreek and the things he said, right? Like he's gonna retire after this, which good for him.
Dude, good for him.
You're gonna play 2 more years, play out his contract, and then fucking
right off into the sunset.
Why not? You got that, you became the highest wide receiver in the NFL. You've got your ring. You're probably going to be in the Hall of Fame. What else you got left to do? Right?
I think whatever he does, he's going to be successful at it. He's extremely personable.
He's already,
podcast he has is already successful, and he has other endeavors that he's wanting to pursue. Hell yeah, I'm for it.
He'll be fine. He'll be great.
Yeah.
The only thing he's not going to be great at is when he comes to town and thinks he's going to be giving us the peace sign when he leaves.
Yeah, I mean, he said nothing but love, though.
I know.
Yeah, that was just him. That was just playful shit. Yeah, that was just him playing with the guy.
Him and Chris
Jones was going back at him.
Dude,
yeah,
the two of them
those are good, man.
He posted one of like a hippo, like that had overeaten, like being all like tired and stuff, and he goes Chris Jones during the off season.
Oh no!
And Chris Jones,
no, it was that fat baboon eating
fat baboon. Yeah, and then Chris Jones is like, he's like, I gotta admit that one's funny.
He's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was like, as soon as I saw them going back and forth, I was like, all right, I'm gonna follow both of their. I'm gonna go back and forth between their threads.
Yeah, you better be friends with Chris Jones to post some shit like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're all good, man. Like, but yeah, that I'm really smart of him if he's gonna retire, like, before his body is completely torn apart. And
yeah, I mean,
he'll be like what, 31, 32?
30, he'll be 32.
So
I mean, you think about it, it's really smart on perception too, because like you were saying, he has a potential to be a Hall of Fame player, and the best thing to do is leave whenever you're at the top, so that way they never have like you not being as great, because he's a player that's mainly based on his speed is why he's elite.
Right. Yeah,
we've seen his hands over the years. They're not terrible hands by any means, but they are suspect.
Yeah, but although he is a guy who can run any route and be a possession receiver. We've seen that shit too. We've seen him run shorter routes, and we've seen him do all the stuff. Like,
but we've also seen with Deshaun Jackson, these speed type guys are the first thing. And I know Tyreek is built differently, but those legs.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you lose a step and
you start pulling muscles.
Yeah, that's the thing with Tyreek, is he doesn't have a large body. He's not tall, so he can't fall back on those things to be able to catch passes. Like, it's just his speed.
Yeah.
That's what speed do.
Speed
Yeah.
and quickness. So yeah,
Oh,
no,
that's the wrong Kansas
he
City
knows what he's
team.
doing. Let's see.
The Legion of Zoom.
Legion, goodbye.
Yeah. We can move on to Joe Mixon.
Joe
The menacing charge coming back up.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we know any more about any more details about it? Like why they?
Yeah, they brought up the charges again.
Yeah.
Whenever they
Thank you,
they
Tim.
always said that they plan to pursue it, to look into it more, into the matter more.
Okay.
So they looked into it more and they were like, yeah, we got probable cause.
Yeah,
We're gonna go ahead and charge you with this
all right.
after
Good luck.
reviewing. So I mean,
After further review,
Yeah. Good luck there.
the running back's
Well,
foot
unless you
was
did
down
it,
out of
in
bounds.
which case, not good luck.
Joe Mixon's not having a good off season.
No.
Yeah. No, he's
I
not.
mean, then he also
Sure.
had that problem with the kids playing, having a Nerf war, which ended up being his brother-in-law. Is
His
that who it was?
brother,
His sister's
sister?
boyfriend,
Sister's boyfriend.
Okay.
Close enough.
who,
But it's still a little,
and I mean, apparently surveillance showed Mixon with a gun. Like,
yeah.
let's not.
Wait, at that incident, I didn't think he was even there.
Apparently, surveillance. What I read on ESPN. I'm not saying I posted this out there, but ESPN had it on there that he
Good
was.
Lord, man. All right. Well,
And then, but they were able to determine that the shot did not come from his gun.
okay.
But I mean, it's
there.
my guess is, I mean, if
Unless
he
you
had a
didn't.
gun, he might have been threatening, trying to use it as a scare tactic to get the kids off his property or whatever. But
Fucking idiots. Okay.
yeah.
Well,
Right, not the best thing to happen in your free agency
Yeah.
year, and what is historically the worst running back free agency year ever.
Yeah, nobody is gonna want to chance that. Hell no. And Joe Mixon isn't
He'll be
was
a free
good, but
agent
he's
next
not,
year, right?
stellar.
I think he's a free agent now.
No. He's
No?
still under contract because
He may not be back with the team though this year.
I mean, I
Could
wouldn't be
probably easily cut him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Surprised they
He
haven't
didn't
yet.
return, but
Do they just not have another running back?
no, because they let the one dude go to Denver.
No. Okay. Well, good luck there, Bengals. Actually, not really. Get the hell out of here.
They'll fucking.
You just got yourself a really good running O lineman. You need to get yourself a running back.
I think the Bengals have kind of, from what I've seen them do this offseason, they've kind of accepted the fact that it's Joe Burrow and those wide receivers, and they're just trying to build him an offensive line.
Well,
They gave Irv Smith a contract.
That tight end, a good tight end.
Yeah,
If he can stay healthy.
They've made no indication that they want to pay a running back. They may draft one.
Wouldn't be a bad.
I thought they were. They may still draft a tight end in the first round.
Dude, right now they're also trying to figure out how the fuck to pay Joe Burrow and what they're.
They're trying to figure out how they're going to structure
a lot of goddamn money. Yeah,
because they got him. They want to keep T. Higgins.
I think that was 58 mil a year. That worked out too.
I mean,
that he's asking for.
Man,
was it 58 mil a year? No way.
Yeah, I think so. It was like 58 or 56.
Good God.
Good Lord, man.
And he's only gonna give him a 4-year deal. Like he doesn't want to go long term.
Like I heard Jalen Hurts is asking for 4 years, 195.
Yeah,
which is
dude,
but not.
But I bet he's wanting most of that guaranteed as well.
Probably. I mean, that's.
And
4 years, 195 is not unreasonable.
No, I was gonna say I feel like that's fairly reasonable in today's standards. Guaranteed. I mean, if he can get maybe he gets like a 150.
I'd want to see one more year before I guaranteed it.
But that guarantee might double if he does it again because he's.
I don't know, man. With Jalen Hurts, you've kind of seen what you've needed to. Every year he's taken another step and gotten better. Last year he showed you that he can play at a quite elite level.
Yeah.
I know you're wanting to see if he's stayed fairly healthy throughout it all as well. He missed a few games last year, but nothing
Probably
you
would have played through him
if they really had to, but yeah, no, you're doing.
But I think Jalen's the real deal too. But if this was my money that I was thinking about shelling out, I'd still want to see another year because so many quarterbacks have had a hot year. And
I definitely get
looked
that.
like the real deal.
I definitely get that, but there is also you have to they have to be
I
looking.
know the risk of it being more expensive next year.
And the
I
Lamar
don't think it
And I
was
think even
like,
if he won a Super Bowl, it wouldn't be that much more expensive.
I don't think it's like he just had a hot year though. I think like you've seen this.
I don't either. But
because
once my money gets involved, you know.
But here's the thing.
I'm just saying how the owners think.
You wait. He has another great year. Joe Burrow's now been paid. Herbert's been paid. And both of their contracts, got more expensive. And now, you're gonna have to pay him 6, 7, 8 mil more than you would have had to if you would have just paid him the year before.
And you're gonna have to do that while he's on the franchise tag, or
because they need to get those 3 teams need to get it done like this offseason. I mean, with the Chargers and the Bengals, they can wait one more year, but you really don't want to.
Yeah. I'd say it's most urgent for Philadelphia. Then I'd say probably Cincinnati.
Because Jalen is going into his last year on his deal, so you have to get it done. You cannot get that to free agency.
Oh, and Jalen's just going to get more expensive by the year too.
Yeah.
So
just get it out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, right now is the cheapest they're going to get it done.
4 years and you're under 200 million.
And I don't know. Do you think those players? Do you think those 3 guys are just kind of like also trying to wait it out though? Like the teams are like, let's get this done, and they're like, let's see what the other guys get. Let's see what the market says. So
yeah, honestly, that's really the smart play because especially for quarterbacks because they're so well protected now that it's virtually guaranteed that they're gonna make it through the season.
I could see
like even if any of those guys missed 6 games, like it wouldn't affect their contract next year.
No,
probably not. I could see Jalen though signing right before the season. Like I could see Jalen doing his contract, during preseason.
Yeah, preseason.
You see that stuff happen a lot. You know what I mean? You just hope that Herbert and Burrow haven't signed their deals yet, because he'll probably want more. Maybe. He's done as much as Burrow has, right?
Yeah.
Almost.
I'd say he's 1 championship game appearance away from tying him in those.
I guess so, yeah. But I would say his season last year was better than what we've seen from Joe Burrow in a regular season game.
Yeah.
I don't know, last year Joe was pretty good, but and of course Herbert, what do you pay a guy who, looks like he's carrying your franchise, but he hasn't even got you a playoff win.
I can't pay Herbert as much as either of the other 2.
I know, but you're kind of somebody's going to.
Yeah, Chargers are kind of screwed there.
Yeah, the Chargers are
they're really fucked there.
I think Herbert's going to turn around and be like, I'm not the reason we haven't won a playoff game. I'm basically the reason we've gotten that far. Yo dumbass. The coaches you gave me are kind of the reason I haven't won a playoff game. And let's be honest, dude.
The team I think that's in the best.
He hasn't played a playoff game. Herbert hasn't played a playoff game yet.
27-0.
Oh, right. I'm fucking idiot. Why was I thinking that that was the week 17 game?
No, that was that playoff game.
Yeah, that was the playoff game, man. And look, when you blow a 27-0 lead, and Herbert, I don't think he threw an interception, or maybe 1. I don't, you know what I mean?
I think threw 3.
Herbert?
Yeah, 2 or 3.
No, that was Trevor Lawrence was throwing those interceptions early. Herbert didn't. I don't think
the whole problem was that they kept throwing the ball.
They
didn't know how to slow grind the
clock. But again, none of that was Herbert's fault. It was the coach's fault. That was coaching. When you blow that 27-0 lead,
Herbert could have completed some of those balls, but
Maybe. I mean, also, you could have ran the damn ball. Like, you have a very good running back who,
Yeah.
not anymore, you don't, but you had
Well,
one.
he's still there. He's just
Is he?
not happy.
Is he
They
still
haven't
there?
traded him yet.
Ah,
He asked for a trade, but he's a
get him
running.
out of there.
He's a running back.
Eckler's got a podcast that's actually really good. He's it's like
Like,
he's really like sober minded and very frank about like what's going on in his career. But he doesn't really have a lot of emotion about it. He just says, "Oh, I mean, it's
it's
I just kind of
business.
came to the realization that nobody's going to pay a running back this year, so I'm probably going to be back in LA. I'm just going
Okay.
to have to play it out."
Okay. Yep.
I mean, I'm glad he's well thought out on that one.
Yeah, like Eckler would be somebody I would love to have here.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'd love to get him the fuck off the Chargers.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
yeah.
Absolutely.
He's a nightmare to play.
Hey man, both those receivers.
Mm-hmm. But
I fear the. I
Hasn't
fear
that dude
those.
been their leading receiver the last couple of years?
I think, but when Keenan
Well,
Allen and Mike Williams are both healthy, and I know that's
yeah, but
they're awesome.
when they have both been healthy, it's been few and far.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like
Sure.
Eckler is the one that's always healthy.
Oh, he's solid. He's out there.
Yeah.
So
Those undersized running backs, dude, you cannot count them out unless they're Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah. First contact Clyde.
that's true.
That dude
Okay.
can't wait to run into the right guard's ass.
What do we got else? Draft stuff. Does anybody care about the draft yet? Are we kind of stagnant there? Is Anthony Richardson going to go in like the
Yeah,
top 5? Probably.
I think anything you're hearing about the draft right now is just them trying to fill up the time on
Time until the draft.
Nobody,
I think
nobody knows anything right now.
the Colts
And
probably
so much is going to
should,
change between now and then that
Yeah.
no information now matters.
the Colts should probably take Anthony Richardson, right? And I don't know if they're gonna have to try to like move up over Arizona, like or trade with Arizona to like ensure it. I think
Yeah,
that's
that's a lot of the
thing.
talk that Tennessee might try to jump up to that number 3 spot to get him.
God,
Okay,
man.
so for everybody being completely 100% out on Lamar Jackson and it being probably pretty legit at the time, like you didn't hear any rumors of anybody. I've heard a whole bunch of rumors about the Colts now.
About the Colts
where there were no rumors about anybody before. Now there's rumors that the Colts might.
and Lamar.
Oh yeah, they're heavy
Lamar,
rumors.
yeah.
Colts and Lamar,
Okay.
I've seen those as well.
They maybe wait until after the draft, and if they don't land, right,
They
Yeah.
could, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, you also got to see what the Ravens.
I think signing OBJ was a chess move for sure.
Yeah,
Now that I'm
Good
thinking about it and how it's going to shake out, like that's a huge incentive for Lamar to come back.
yeah,
for sure. Like, you got something to throw to.
There's nobody. I think from Lamar's perspective, there's nobody better they could have gone out and signed.
no, not at this stage.
It'd be hard to
for a number 1 wide receiver. There's really nobody better you could have gone out and signed.
be hard to compare. Should we move on to a different sport altogether?
Let's do it.
All right, Pete, tell us all about the NBA now that it's getting playoff time and you're actually starting to pay attention again. And
I got cable. I can watch it. I like have channels. So I can check in on it.
It's
see
been
that stuff.
it's been so much fun the couple times I've checked in on it.
Yeah, dude. I mean, we got the play-in tournament starting on Tuesday.
Woot, woot, woot. You got the Heat against the Hawks. How do you feel about your Heat going against the Hawks?
I like the Heat for the Hawks.
Yeah.
The Hawks all season long were you can look at it, it's like they were like a 500 team all the way across the board. Like one lost one, two.
They did finish 41-41, so yes, they were a 500 team.
But that was all like you can look at it, and they were like all season they tracked as a 500 team.
Okay.
And they had 3 different people coach them. Quinn Snyder is their 3rd coach on the season.
Oh shit! Really?
Yes, because he fired Steve McMillan.
Okay.
And then they had their interim coach.
And then they didn't let their interim coach play out the year?
No, they hired Quinn Snyder, who I think has gone 10-10, maybe 10-11 after today.
Okay.
So
hey, all you got to do, you just get hot now. Just get hot now.
yeah,
All right.
but
What about-
don't.
what
I want to
about-
see the Heat go.
I mean, the Heat will probably win that one, all right? Yeah, like let's be
Yeah, I
honest.
think it's similar to what we're seeing.
Spoelstra is probably more. How about the Raptors and the Bulls?
I
Hmm?
feel like the Raptors probably win that matchup. The
Yeah.
Bulls they haven't really addressed the elephant in the room of no Lonzo Ball, and it's been a whole season and a half since they've had Lonzo Ball, and they haven't addressed that.
Okay. Yeah.
And yeah, so I don't think that with Lonzo they were the 1 seed, and then since he's there now they barely made the play-in.
Yeah. Yeah, that hurts.
So I think the Raptors should be able to handle them. They still have a couple pieces from that championship core. They have that identity still ingrained in them.
Really?
Yeah, they have
Still?
Fred Van Fleet and Pascal Siakam still on there. Still Nick Nurse coaching.
Okay. Well, if you
Yeah.
say so.
Yeah.
All right. So then when the Hawks go to play the Raptors,
I would say the Hawks would win because I'm having them lose to the Heat
okay.
and 500 team. 500.
Okay, right. Yeah, they went lose 1-1. Okay, over the but the Raptors also a 500 team overall. I mean, and I guess
Yeah.
they would have won one, then they'll lose one, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay,
Yeah.
all right,
So-
sure. Now let's go to the West, right? You got the Lakers at the Timberwolves.
I think the Lakers handle that situation fairly easily.
Probably, I think so too, right?
That one, especially with, I mean, we didn't even talk. Rudy Gobert probably not going to play in that game.
Yeah,
Looking like that's a good chance especially after he punched his teammate.
you can't do that and
Kyle
then
Anderson in the
stick
game.
around and then be on the and then stay. What happened there? Tell us. Let's go. Let's
So yeah, I mean,
let's go down that story.
apparently they started arguing in a huddle. Like this is a playoff atmosphere, like they're playing
Right.
for their playoff lives. Not really. I
Yeah.
mean, they're going to the play-in. They were just where they were playing. That was pretty locked in. I believe.
Seating wise, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it was during what was it was at the end of the game or like
second quarter.
okay, so there's okay, so it wasn't like a high pressure situation, we weren't
Yeah,
like
it's pretty early on in this game.
okay, all right. So what happens?
Apparently inside this huddle, they were arguing, and sources described verbiage, including Anderson telling Gobert to block some shots, and Gobert telling Anderson to grab a fucking rebound. Well, bleeping rebound is what they said. I'm assuming he said fucking rebound.
Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah.
It makes sense. It flows.
Yeah.
And then, so they even state, they're like, it was a fairly ordinary emotional NBA huddle with a playoff spot on the line in the final game of the regular season. But then Gobert lost his temper and fired a punch into Anderson's chest after Anderson told him to shut the fuck up, bitch.
Oh, okay. So Anderson said, shut the fuck up, bitch.
Yeah.
Which may make a guy, and right. I understand. And then he punched him in the chest.
Yeah.
It wasn't the face, it was the chest.
Which is
Not as
kind of
bad.
nice of him. But then Gobert.
How hard was the punch? I haven't seen it. Is there replays of this? Is there?
Yeah, there's video of it. Let's see.
Okay.
Tim, can you find it in screen share?
Yeah.
Tim's on it. Okay.
Rudy Gobert has
So
tweeted out after the game. He said, "Emotions got the best of me today. I should not have reacted the way I did, regardless of what was said. I want to apologize to the fans, the organization,
Mhm.
particularly to Kyle, who is someone that I truly love and respect as a teammate."
Yeah, clearly.
He had to add the as a teammate though.
As a teammate, even after he got called what do you call him? A fucking bitch? Or
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
shut the fuck up, bitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kyle Anderson said that all in a competitive nature and that tempers flare. You're in the middle of a game. a game we all want to win, a huge one. It is what it is. Shit happens. It's not the first time something like that has happened.
Does he mean like on the team or just in general?
In general, I mean,
okay, yeah,
like
he's right.
We know Draymond and Jordan Poole.
He's not wrong.
So
we said we'll move forward. We want to win games. It is what it is. We'll keep it in house. I mean, it ain't the first time someone has swung on me. I think our tempers just flared. That's all. It is what it is. We'll speak about it and move on. We're grown men.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then don't forget to mention Draymond Green tweeted it at Rudy. Well, we got to go back a little ways. Draymond Green had hit, who was it? Poole?
Jordan Poole.
Poole, and then Rudy Gobert. After that incident happened, he tweeted, "Insecurity is always loud." And then after this incident, Draymond tweeted the exact same tweet, but added 3 periods.
3 dots, yeah.
I got the video pulled up, so
yeah.
Let's full screen, and I'm not going to share it with sound.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's see how it is.
Little argument, holding him back, punched him in the chest.
Oh,
that was a shoulder.
Yeah, that's not so bad. No big deal. No big deal. They'll be fine.
End of the world.
They'll be fine. Okay, so that's what they got going on right as they're about to go play the Lakers.
A red hot Lakers team.
A red hot, yeah. The Lakers do look good lately.
Yeah.
LeBron's got them ready to go. So yeah, that's but they don't have to beat the Lakers to get in.
No, they do not.
They do not. They would have to beat the winner of the Pelicans or the Thunder. P, what do we see here with these two teams?
Yeah. The Thunder are they're a long team. That's a big, not a girthy team. They're not. You can run through them, but they're
long.
They're problematic. They are a team that is hard to shoot over.
Yeah,
but they're a young team.
Yeah,
I think that New Orleans is more ready for this moment.
Okay.
Than I think either of the other two teams are.
Okay. That's fair enough.
So I do think that New Orleans will advance.
Thunder are still building.
Yeah. And I do think that I like the Pelicans roster better than either of these other two. So I see them and the Lakers advancing to the
playoffs. So you see the Pelicans beating the Timberwolves as well.
Yeah.
Timberwolves losing 2 straight. All right.
Yeah.
Right on me. Okay, so there we go. And then
you notice who we did not mention in those play-in games? The Dallas Mavericks.
No, they're actually in trouble for maybe tanking.
Oh, they absolutely were because them and the Bulls they were going for that
in trouble.
I was like, yeah, they're definitely tanking because they
might get.
They have every reason in the world to, because it's like, if we win and have a better record than the Bulls, then we don't get that pick, but we still probably don't make the playoffs because all the Thunder have to do is win 1. We have to win 2 and hope they lose. Sort of thing, they have a pick that's owed to the Knicks that is a top 10 protected.
Oh, okay.
From the Kristaps Porzingis trade.
So they gotta.
So with that loss, it keeps that pick with the Mavericks for this.
The Mavericks, yeah.
Guaranteed, because they're in the top 10 of the lottery.
Gotcha.
Because it was a game against the Bulls. They had the same record, and that loss to the Bulls guaranteed that no matter what happened, the Bulls finish with a better record.
Record than them. Gotcha. Okay.
Jason Kidd hated it.
They didn't like it, or Jason Kidd in the play, which you don't expect your coach or players, and you don't want them to like it.
No,
and they shouldn't. But it had to be done.
Yeah, this is a team that wasn't going to make any noise, but it's a big fall. I mean,
well, okay,
they were in the
man.
Western Conference Finals
Yeah,
last
dude,
season.
and before around the All-Star game or All-Star break, they were one of the top teams in the West.
yeah,
too.
they were a good.
They were like
pretty.
number 3 or 4 around then, and they just fell off a fucking cliff as soon as they brought in Kyrie.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's kind of what happened. Like you can't. Kyrie came in, and they just kind of crumbled.
They did. I mean,
which is, is Kyrie just like poison to a team now? Is the only guy that can play with Kyrie LeBron?
It seems that way, man. Like,
is Kyrie gonna have to go to LA next year?
I mean, dude, if I'm LA, I'd be like, dude, I'm not bringing you in. I'm not giving you a multi-year deal.
And what about Luka with the Mavs, right? You said maybe Luka gives them one more year to prove that the organization can do something with him.
That's some of the thought within the organization. I guess Luka came today, said, sorry, he pretty much said he's going to be there. Luka, he's happy here.
Okay.
So obviously, if he's giving him another year, he wouldn't come out and be like, yeah, these motherfuckers got 1 year on the dot.
Man, it's just, you got a player that's that good and you can't even make the playoff. You can't even make the play in.
Yeah, they didn't even make the play in to the Thunder. The Thunder made the play in.
Dude, you couldn't win 40 games. All right.
Yeah, dude, it's bleak there. I mean,
well, because you've done nothing. You've got one of the best players in the game.
I mean, look at Portland. Portland's done it 3 years in a row now. They haven't made the playoffs with Damian Lillard.
Has it been 3 years?
Dame was hurt most of last year, so. But yeah, Dame's better than Luka in my eyes.
Yeah, no, you're right. I know, man.
Portland's just got as I understand, just has a garbage roster though, outside of him.
Yeah,
well,
and I'm like,
do something to put a team around.
Yeah, they don't even try.
Is Dallas just as bad?
Dallas, like I said, they were in the Western Conference Finals last year. They lost Jalen Brunson. Big loss. He went to the Knicks, and now the Knicks are a playoff team. So, but and then you bring in Kyrie Irving, who's a better offensive player than Jalen Brunson, but defensively, Jalen was able to pick up the limitations that Luka has. Because Luka's a very one-sided basketball superstar.
That's true.
He does not play defense.
All about that offense.
So Jalen Brunson was vital to that. He's also a good scorer. And a lot of this talk is that he was the best leader on the team. Which in basketball, you really need a good person that can rally. You can rally behind
the team. Yeah.
And Luka's still coming into his own in that aspect. And then you brought in Kyrie Irving, who's awful at being a leader.
We didn't talk about
a little bit of baseball. We could mention,
which
we don't have to.
The Rays getting off to 9-0 start is pretty impressive, right? Like we were saying,
Best start in 20 years.
Yeah,
off the MLB record.
The Angels, that first game with Shohei was incredibly disappointing. But the Angels are trying to win some, I think.
Yeah, yesterday Shohei and Trout had a day.
Yeah. And
Trout walked it off.
You don't, yeah, dude, you don't want to. Shohei doesn't have to do all the work, does he? I mean, he probably does, but
Shohei and Trout.
Shohei and Trout. But that's how they've been trying to win for the past few years, right? Shohei and Trout.
Yeah.
And you need more than that.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely do.
Anyways, we'll see if they can finally be good for a season.
We'll see, but
I love the pitch clock too. It's been great.
Yeah, the pitch clock has been great.
Mm-hmm. Keeping these
they've already
hours.
been adding little tweaks to it as well, because like Max Scherzer, they've added some Max Scherzer rules. And
yeah,
what rules have they added? What was Scherzer doing?
Let me look this up. But Scherzer was he had it down to a T. throw a pitch as soon as like the batter would step in the box, and they still
Right.
weren't
They had to
100% ready, and-
it's like almost like some sort of eye contact rule or like nod, like where the
Mhm.
player where the pitcher and the batter both have to be set almost, right? Kind of like
Yep.
being set in football, like in your
That
line.
makes sense.
Because he would start throwing that thing while the batter is like still like what you
still
know what I
like
mean?
pulling his bat up, like,
And Scherzer would be going, and they're like, you know,
and they've called it like the Max Scherzer rule. And
Of course.
I said, did you see the one batter got tossed, Sam? Because
yeah, I saw the John Boy breakdown of it.
yeah,
Where
that's what I watched. Yeah.
the guy didn't get set yet. The batter kind of like that, the Max Scherzer rule. The guy hadn't quite gotten set into his batting stance yet, and the pitcher throws. So the guy like steps, but like he hasn't gotten set. He knows the pitcher threw it early, so he steps out, but the ump still calls it a strike. And then and that was it a strikeout right there, right?
It was a
Like,
strikeout, and
yeah,
then
that was
in the dugout, he was mouthing off to the pitcher, and the
Yeah,
ump
he
thought he
was
was talking to
talking-
him.
yeah, no, the ump got all in his feels and like
Yeah.
upped
Like they do.
and tossed him.
I
And it was
I
the
never
ump's
want to
fault.
stick up for umps, but everybody in baseball gets up in their feels so easily.
Oh yeah,
They're
absolutely.
all
The,
so fucking soft.
the unwritten
but
rules
this-
in
Welcome
baseball.
to
this-
part 47 of why
no,
baseball
no.
sucks.
Stop. The guy had a reason. The player was right in this situation. Though. The ump was the asshole the whole time. The ump was wrong, and then he was wrong again. Like, anyways. Did we even talk? Did we talk about Salvi being the captain last time? Did we mention that?
Yeah.
We might have mentioned it.
Okay.
Yeah. Because he was what, the third, fourth?
Fourth captain ever in Royals history. I just
Pretty awesome. I remember
And
that.
he I think we lost today.
They did.
Yesterday he hit like a 3-run game tying home or something like that, and the ball was like not even a foot off the ground.
Oh wow.
Like it wasn't. He just
That's how he does it.
That's how he did. I know if Salvi didn't know how to hit balls out of the strike zone, that dude like would not. That dude have a batting average of like 1. Like it would,
Yeah. It'd be awful.
dude. I mean, man, he just golfed that thing right out of the stadium. Thing of beauty. Anyways, that's just the only good thing the Royals have going on for them.
Hey, they are no longer the worst record in baseball.
It's pretty bad.
They are not even the worst record in the division.
Give it a couple days. You never know.
Exactly. But as of today, well, for us, the Royals are not the worst team in baseball.
Hey, we put together a whole 2-game winning streak, and then of course we lost again.
Hey, that they have at least one winning streak on the year. Might be the only one they get, but they got one.
They'll get another 2.
I
games.
know.
Well, I think we did it.
I think we did it, guys.
We did
I
it.
agree.
Yeah, as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Maybe hit the notification bell if you're feeling like doing it. I know Sam's going to tell you not to.
Yeah, I don't ever.
There might be somebody out there one day who's like, you know what? I can't get enough of these guys. That handsome fella down in the green behind him.
Short hair, we got long hair.
Everything.
Not at all. Getting shot.